Welcome to the Mountains Are Everywhere podcast. My name's Ryan, and I want to talk about the outdoors, mental health, and everything that connects the two. So lace up those boots, cinch down those packs, and let's head for the mountains. Live. Coming to you live from my kitchen table.
From New York City.
Is that tonight? I've never watched Saturday Night Live. Like ever.
Is it Saturday night?
It's definitely Saturday night right now.
Well, no, it's Saturday night right now. I thought you were talking about the show.
No, isn't that how they say it's like live from New York? It's Saturday night.
I think so. I don't know. I've never watched Saturday Night Live. I'm not even gonna lie.
Tara has. She would know.
Tara, where are you at?
Anyways, welcome back. It's been. Oh man, I actually don't remember the last time I recorded a podcast. What was the last one I released?
You and Hunter up in Minot.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Has that been the last one? So it's been like 3 weeks.
Let me check. The old podcast app on Apple.
Maybe it's
where you can find Mountains Are Everywhere podcast. September 1st, while Hunter hunts and how our lives are about to change.
Golly, I got to get back on track with this.
Hey, you know.
So thanks to anybody that's stuck around through the drought and is still hanging on and waiting for the next one. What it is has been hunting season. Yeah. I've been going all out for hunting season.
Yeah, it's closing or just closed.
Yeah, officially, as far as like scheduled hunts, I'm done for the year. Finally done.
Hey, here we go.
Yeah, but welcome, Bradley.
Yeah, it's glad to be back.
And back. It's been a long time since second episode ever, right?
Yeah.
First guest ever.
Yeah,
and that's been. God, it's been like 7 months now.
Now we're gonna look at it just a fact
6-7 months. It's crazy to think I'm coming up on a year of doing this already.
January 13th of this year. So, and that was when mine came out. Your first one was the 1st of January.
January 2nd.
Yeah, so it's been.
I can't do math.
9 months, almost 10 months. Be 10 months next week.
No.
Yeah.
October, November, December.
January. October.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was 7 months. Golly, I'm literally almost at a year already of doing this. This is kind of crazy. It's crazy. Flown by. It's been a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
I've had a lot of great conversations.
Oh yeah.
And I'm ready to have another one.
Hey.
So thanks for being here.
Absolutely. Glad to be back.
So if you haven't catch Bradley's episode, it'd be a good one to go back and listen to. I think we're like really, they can't see our faces because of our hats. It's fine.
Nah, they'll be alright.
We're at a kitchen table right now because Bradley's taking over my studio because that's his bedroom whenever he comes up to visit.
Absolutely.
But I was going to say, if you haven't listened to his episode, go check it out. But if you haven't, you don't know who he is. So this is my childhood best friend. We've been friends for about 20 years now, I think. We were like 7-8 years old when we met.
Yeah. Pee Wee football.
Yeah. 20 years.
Dang, we're old.
We're getting up there. But he,
oh man,
fortunately, got stationed 5 hours down the road from where I'm at. So we're both in the Air Force, and fortunate that he got stationed right down the road from me. So he makes an effort to come up and visit. Yeah. I'd say just about every other month, if not once a month.
I usually try once a month, but due to either my work schedule, my golfing trips, your hunting trips, or your hunting stuff.
Yeah, that's definitely what got in the way of the last one.
Especially like the last little bit with you finding out where you're going next, and then this is like both of our last year out here fully. Yeah. We've been trying to knock out like some like bucket list stuff that typically you always plan out at the beginning of when you get here, but life
slips to the end.
Yeah, life always happens, so you can't do it, and you're always like rushing towards like your last 6 months to get stuff out. But
for sure.
I think over the last 3 years we were pretty consistent about once a month to once every other month to either me come up here or whatever.
Meet up somewhere.
Yeah, meet
do
up somewhere
something.
for sure.
But yeah, glad to have you here. And
Glad to be back.
yeah,
Yeah.
today's topic is man, I had something thought up I was going to lead into, but I totally blanked because I got to be honest. We have BYU Colorado on, like literally right behind the camera. So
Yeah, it's been college football all day. Besides spending 3 hours out in the middle of the beach, freezing and soaking wet, catching fish.
well, he was freezing.
I was freezing because Ryan decided he only had one set of waders.
I did. Well, I have two, but the other one, you probably could wear them.
I probably could have, but it would have looked weird because I'm a lot bigger than what I seem on camera. And I decided to go. Obviously, we're in the Central Coast, and it's getting fall time, so it's not the warmest place in the world.
It's also never warm and sunny on that beach down there.
Yeah,
Ever.
and so it's. And if you know anything about the Pacific Ocean, it is cold
Never warm.
all year round, no matter what. And I'm out there in shorts and a hoodie in
Waist deep in the
waist
water.
deep water trying to catch striper and just getting beat up by waves.
Yeah.
So I was freezing after a few hours, but wasn't the worst.
I would
thing
say
in the
I
world.
felt bad for you, but I was so focused on trying to catch fish that I was not thinking about it.
I think we were both focused. It just got to the point where it was like when we started walking back, that's when I started getting cold.
Yeah.
Like when we were walking down the beach and making our way down, I was fine till we started making our way back, and I was like, okay. And that's when the rain started coming in too.
Yeah, it was
And I was like,
misty and
all right, I'm enjoying catching fish, but I'm getting
tired of being cold and wet. We were down there. We were fishing for 4 hours, just about.
Yeah, we
were
got
just
down
shy of
there
4 hours,
a little bit before 11 and left like right around
which
3.
was not my intent at all. My intent was to fish for about 2.
Yeah.
But once we hit high tide, it's like a switch
started-
just flipped, and
Oh
it
yeah.
was,
I mean, that's when they started biting more too.
Yeah.
It's like you caught bites right off the jump, but I was struggling there for a while to catch some. But then it's like once I finally caught some, it was just
once
like
we got down to the end and
Yeah.
started coming, which was right at
high
high
tide.
tide,
Yeah,
or it was a little bit outgoing, but
yeah. But once we finally caught some and started getting in a roll, it was just like, all right, we just kind of got in a groove and just that's the only thing you were thinking about. Is like, all right, next one,
yep.
catch, get it out, unhook it, and then recast one out, and then just try to keep repeating and getting as many as we can. That was fun. First time I'd ever been fishing on the shore.
Yeah.
So that was fun.
Yeah, it's definitely something I want to talk about on this episode for sure.
Yeah.
The gist of this one is, and the title is going to be, so I have an all about the hunt #1. It's like my 4th episode, I think. I haven't done an all about the hunt since, which is what this one's going to be. This is going to be all about the hunt #2, where I'm going to recap my my deer hunt that I just finished up the other day. And with Bradley here, I thought it'd be a good idea to kind of recap the hunt with to him, well, to you guys, and then he's like has an interest in hunting but hasn't hunted much, and I feel like he might have some questions that I might not think of to answer, so he might throw in some questions as I'm going through, and just I'll try to talk to his perspective and almost like teach him up. So but I definitely wanted to touch on, it was your first time surf fishing, right?
Yeah.
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 And so I don't know. I've switched gears really quick. Deer season, my last day was Sunday,
Yeah.
and here I'm already
Jumping straight into fishing.
right into striper
Yeah.
fishing because the fall run here seems to be like right now pretty
Yeah.
much. And
I mean, we did see that one dude out there catch
Yeah.
2 back to back.
I was not going to waste any time at trying to get after him. So I fished down there last weekend, which was the first weekend the specific part of the beach was accessible.
Yeah.
And I fished high tide outgoing, and I probably caught 40, 50 surf perch.
Yeah.
Big ones too. I was catching big surf perch.
Yeah.
But never could get on a striper. And then because of my work schedule, pretty much all next week, I don't know a day that I'm going to get to fish the tides at the right time.
Yeah.
At least through next weekend. So I was like, I didn't want to waste a chance. And I saw it as an opportunity to take him surf fishing for the first time. So I asked him, I've got some extra gear. And he was like, hey, let's go get you a fishing license and kind of show you the ropes.
Yeah.
Even though I didn't really show you the ropes, I kind of just turned you loose.
Yeah, but luckily, like, I grew up fishing a lot with
Right.
Brandon, and Dad would take us a little bit, like, but that was just like on the river, and then we had family live on Smith Mountain Lake, so like they would always take us out on the boat and fish off a boat or fish off a dock. So I was like, casting a pole, like just regular fishing is nothing new.
Yeah, the mechanics are the same, but
it's just like what you were telling me on the way there is like, depending on what you want to do, you want to have it as the tide is starting to roll to about to break. That's where you want to try to aim your lure for.
Yeah,
but
so
I was
trying to teach him or explain to him how to time your cast so that you don't get caught up in a wash. Because like if you cast right into a breaking wave, you like hit right into it right in front of it. The wave's gonna break. It's gonna wash your lure back towards you, and you're gonna be reeling up slack for half your cast. So if you time it right, you'll be able to fish, your whole cast through. So I was trying to explain that to him, and I think you did you ever really get the hang of it, or did you get to a point where you were just kind of throwing out and reeling back, or?
I was a little bit. I was trying to time some of them, but then there were some of them I was just like, I just want to cast there for a while.
Fair enough.
And then so like I would try to keep a good eye out for when one was about to break and would try to get it, but also with me being in shorts and
you were
waist deep in water, I was not really tempting to get further out like you were with waders, and so it was like my cast wasn't going as far as I was hoping it would, but nonetheless I still was like, even some of the smaller breaks I was a little bit closer to the shore, I was getting them pretty well, but it was just a lot of it was just trying to kind of, because I hadn't fished since we went on our fly fishing trip a few years ago, or over a year ago, and then that was fly fishing, so it was a little bit different, but just getting back into use of throwing a cast out there. Then once I finally got back into like knocking some of the rust off, I was just slinging them. And then you could tell once you get one and you remember how you do it, you're like, all right,
riding a bike, man.
Yeah. And so it was like, but for the most part, it was, I would say, a good mixture of like trying to time one and then also just throwing one out.
And even like if you don't time it right and you get caught in a wash, as long as you can catch up your slack, you're like, you'll still catch fish on those casts.
Oh, yeah.
It's just if you can time it right, you get. It's more efficient because you're fishing the entire cast versus, again, you lose half of it trying to catch up. But you ended up catching some fish?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think probably 6 or 7 out of the few hours we were out there, but we were walking back, and then I would take some breaks just because I was tired of being wet and cold and wanted to get out of the water.
6, it really, like, if you know where we're fishing, it probably doesn't sound like a lot, but when you're surf fishing for the first time, you're fishing in general for the first time in over a year, and there's a lot that plays in, especially with like, you're not gonna hit every single point on the beach to catch a fish. There's certain like areas or structures on the beach that's gonna have a higher probability of catching fish. So it's like hitting those points, and you're fighting all the grass is pretty bad down there right now. Goodness gracious. And like pretty much once you hook some grass on your lure, it stops looking natural, and fish are just like, no, I'm not gonna bite that. And unless you are like really aware of what you're doing, and you can, because when you fish a lot and you know your gear, like with me, I know exactly what's going on with my lure at any point in time based on the feel I get. Because like whenever my lure is clean and coming through the water, I can feel the action. As soon as I stop being able to feel that crankbait going back and forth, I know I've got something hooked on it, like grass or something. So whenever you don't know what you're feeling or know exactly what's going on, you could be fishing cast after cast with grass on. And 9 times out of 10, again, it's not natural, so a fish isn't going to hit it. But So 6 or 7 fish really isn't that bad.
Oh,
especially today. Like I feel like today was kind of a down day compared to my day last weekend. But we also fished. So something that I kind of kept track of this time was how the fishing changed with the tides. Because last year when I was catching striper, I felt like I did better the 2 hours leading up to high tide.
Okay.
So fishing the incoming, which is what we were fishing when we first got down there.
Okay.
And we didn't, I caught some, I probably caught like 15 going down the beach, and you caught 2 or 3 on the way down.
Yeah.
And then right about the time that we turned around, we were on the outgoing tide, and it was literally like a flip switched.
Yeah.
Like by the time we fished back up, I was at, again, I don't know the exact count. I don't do very good at keeping up with that, but I was probably at 30.
Yeah, you were, it seemed like every time I was looking over at you, you were taking one off.
And it was like, so whenever we turned around to come back, because I usually keep, it's called a, I'm pretty sure it's called a perch pouch. It's like this bag that I keep on my waders that I can drop the fish in, and like I'll bleed them out like I did. And the water will wash in and out of the bag and stuff. I forgot it, so I didn't want to carry my stringer the whole way down and back up. So basically we decided when we turned around, okay, this is when we're going to start keeping fish. And from the point where we made that decision, you were hammering them.
Oh yeah,
like you caught the first 2 fish that went on the stringer when we made that decision. And then we ended up keeping 4 and doing some fish tacos with it. Turned out
pretty good.
Okay.
I thought they were good.
I tried a different breading this time. I usually do batter. This time I used breadcrumbs, and it didn't really coat the fish very well, and the fish ended up falling apart in the oil. But they were okay.
Yeah, they're still
not
good.
bad.
Yeah.
Does it feel good to, like, I always feel good when I provide. I call it providing. Like I caught the fish, I brought them home, and that was
I think that's another thing that, like, I think, like, made it taste better is, like, even though, like, you cooked it and prepared it, but it's like I caught 2 of those and was like, okay, I know, like, 2 of those were mine.
It's a really cool feeling.
Yeah, it was really neat. Something that, like, if you're not into hunting or fishing or, like, doing it a lot, it's definitely a unique, interesting feeling at first of just like, oh wow, like I really did catch this.
Right.
And then it's like, now I get to eat it. And it's like a full circle moment in a way.
It is a great feeling.
Yeah. But I thought that was really cool. It was the fact that I did contribute, because I think that was one thing that, like, when you said this morning that we were going to go fishing and make some fish tacos, I was like, oh man, I at least want to catch one. One that I can say is like, okay, that one was mine. And then it took me a little while. I think we were probably halfway down the beach by the time I finally caught one. But I was like, okay.
When you caught that one, I think I have it on camera. So I tried my best to get some film on the GoPro to try and put a fishing video together. And I think I said it on camera. That first one you caught was the biggest one of the day up to that point.
Yeah,
like,
probably.
I'd caught
2 or 3.
At that point, I'd caught a handful.
Yeah.
And yours was definitely the biggest up to that point.
Yeah.
So that was pretty cool.
But then I was like, okay. And then I'd caught, further we went down the beach, I started catching 1 or 2 more. And then when we decided to turn around, that's when it was like, I think it was like 2 or 3 casts back to back I caught. I was like, shoot, here we go. And then obviously with anything, you're always going to have like a dry spell.
Yeah.
And then it just like was dry. Then once you said, all right, we got enough for dinner, I had caught like 2 or 3 more after that. And I was like, dang. Right when you said we're done, I was like, okay.
The reason I said that is because, and something that I underestimated with these surf perch.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, I thought he caught that.
I did too.
Sorry. I probably shouldn't have the game on right behind the camera.
It's okay.
Something I underestimated the first few times that I kept these fish to eat them is they have quite a bit of meat on them.
Yeah.
Like
we pretty good amount.
I fed me, you, Tierra, and both our kids on 4 fish.
Yeah.
And it was like, I'd say the perfect amount.
No, we had 5.
5 what?
You had 5 fish. Was it 4? I thought it was 5.
No, it was 4. Yeah, it goes a pretty long way. Like there's been times in the past where I have a fish fry and I keep like 7 or 8 and have I guess about 6 people and the kids, and still have leftover fish.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah, and it helps that like we were catching some healthy size perch. For sure.
But yeah,
we were catching a lot of
good.
12, 13 inches. I'm glad you had fun though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you for inviting me. That's one thing.
Your willingness to do stuff like that on the spur of the moment is second to none.
It's like when we always joke about like whenever it was funny when I first moved out here, and we would make plans for me to come up. You'd always ask like, "Hey, what do you want to do this weekend?" And I'm like, "I don't care. Like, it don't bother me." And we'd find something to do. Usually, either go into town or just chill out here, or go do something. But it's like anymore, it's like we don't even ask. It's like whatever we're gonna do, we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
And it's like a lot of times it's usually spur of the moment type of things. And this was one of them. Like I was like, okay, I'm down to go fishing.
This one is partially, not even partially, but pretty much due to a critical flaw that I have, where I just love hunting, fishing.
Oh yeah,
I do. And most people would be like, "Oh, my buddy's coming up. We'll do something else, and I'll go fishing another time." But me, I'm like,
no.
Honestly, in my mind, I'm like, I didn't say this out loud. I'll say it out loud. I'm like, Bradley, I'm going fishing whether you go with me or not. If you wanna fish, let's go get you a fishing license.
But like you also know me very well. That it's like I'm always gonna be down to go do something outdoors. Like I love being outside, and like there's a time where it's like it's nice to sit inside and relax and enjoy like being like
which you think I
calmness
might do after I've been balls to the wall hunting since the middle of July. I've hardly taken a day off.
And most of the time, like when I come up here, usually it seems like sometimes you use that time, like when I'm up here to like, all right, we're just gonna relax.
I do actually. We watch a lot of sports most of the time when you're up here.
And so, but today was like, yeah, I'm down to go fishing. Like I haven't been fishing since we went on our backpacking trip, but it was like I'd love to go fishing, especially if it's something like different, like I haven't done before. I'm like, oh yeah, let's go do it. And obviously, if it's something I've done before, I'm always down to. But I was glad to. It was fun. Definitely a new experience that I haven't done before, but definitely something that I would definitely want to do again.
I was thinking a lot actually while we were fishing about this podcast. And I've had a lot of episodes now where people have shared their stories about stuff they went through and how fulfilling it is to be in the outdoors and doing things like that. And it made me think that maybe the next step I take with this podcast is I start sharing the things that I do or the things that I like the things that I get other people into,
absolutely,
and start teaching people ways that aren't into the outdoors of ways that they can get in.
Oh yeah,
and
absolutely.
One of those things is like, granted, growing up on the East Coast, not even the coast, but in West Virginia, like I always held so many stereotypes about California.
Oh, we all did.
And I'm there's not gonna be anything to do if I ever go to I never go to California. And I get here. And look,
completely opposite.
You go right on the beach and just fish
all day.
And some of the most fun fishing I've ever done.
Yeah,
and we got off the topic, but we didn't finish our talk about the surf fishing.
Yeah.
The whole reason we were down there, the most fun fish I've ever caught in my life is a striped bass off the coast.
Yeah.
I'm sorry you didn't get to experience it, but it is.
We got to live through somebody else though.
I was getting ready to say, it's the most just fun.
Yeah.
I've had fighting fish.
Yeah.
And right about the time we stopped catching fish, we were probably about 70 yards down from this guy that had come down to the beach recently. And here we were 3 hours in, no striper. And this guy just gets down there and we see him pulling a striper. I was like, Bradley, he just caught a striper. So I kept like inching a little bit closer because I could see the hole that he was fishing, and we were on the tail end of it. And I'm like, striper or schooling fish, I've got to be able to hook into one. And like I try to be very respectful when I surf fish. I was not gonna get closer than 40 yards with this guy.
We were like, even though we were like making our way back, because at that point we were making our way back down the beach and stuff, but it was like you even like, because I told you to take the lead going back because I didn't want to get too far ahead of you, or like if I was getting close to somebody, I didn't want to be, because where I don't really know
etiquette,
and like on the beach standpoint, it's like I don't want to get too close to somebody or anything, because even when we were making our way up the beach, there was a guy that was behind us, and I was just
he was being very courteous.
Yeah, he was.
I was thinking about it a lot. I'm like,
yeah.
If I was that guy, I would have went past us a long time.
Oh yeah, it seemed like he was enjoying it. And
I will say that
being
like,
where he was at
on a more public beach,
I'm sure it's probably a lot different.
It's people are gonna crowd you.
I'm
think
sure.
That's me talking without actually experiencing it too much. I fished a couple public beaches, but they've been beaches that people don't really fish too much. Yeah. But no, we were very courteous of what we were doing, and the people around us were very courteous too. So I didn't inch too close to him, but I saw him pulling that striper, and then after trying for about 15 more minutes, we went ahead and went to go around him, and he came to talk to us, to ask us about our luck, because we were carrying those perch out, and I was like, well, you've done good on the perch. And as he was walking up to us, I always am like, try to be aware, and I'm like, I glanced at his fishing pole to see what he was fishing with and stuff like that. A lot of times I'll ask, but because I saw as he was walking up to us, he was.
There we go. And we're back to recording. And action.
I just goofed, and we recorded. We were probably coming up on like 7-8 minutes there of conversation post of the last thing you just heard about me creeping up on this guy that was fishing, and it was never recording. So we were talking about. I'll skip through it quick. We were talking about I was getting up close to this guy. And we saw him catch a striper, so I fished below him, but didn't get too close. Didn't catch a striper, leapfrogged him, talked to him for a minute, and I noticed when we were talking to him, I was like, he was fishing with the same things that we were. And I think he hit the timing right. He was in the right hole at the right time.
And like you said, during that time is like, that's by the time we were leaving, I feel like right then that's when I could even start to tell that like the tide was shifting.
Yep, it was going out, and the wave power increased, so the waves were a lot stronger, which churns up the sand and the sand crabs even more.
That's when I started
brings those striper in and getting blasted.
I was getting blasted. Like there was a couple times like I almost fell, and I literally kept telling myself the entire day, if I fall and get soaking wet, I'm done. I'm done. Over. I'm like, Ryan, I'm going to the truck.
And
again, I definitely learned a lot from that aspect, just because it's like where I've never fished on a beach and like actually moving up and down the beach. Like, yeah, I've fished a riverbank or something like that, but like usually if you're on a riverbank back home, like
you kind of just sitting there fishing, especially for catfishing.
You're stuck there,
or flag. That's where
or even if you're just out there fishing just to fish, like maybe fishing for some bass or something. Most of the time you're just sitting there where you're at and you're not going far, and usually there's nobody out there,
right?
Especially with how remote places we lived, and so it's like you're just kind of staying there, and you don't want to get too far from your truck, because then some of the riverbanks aren't the easiest to maneuver around.
Oh Lord, no.
And so getting to see that, and like especially like where I was just following your lead majority of the day and just trying to like move. When I see you move, that's when I started moving.
Yeah.
And then especially once we leapfrogged him and started working our way back down, we could see two more people, and then I'd seen the lady that he was talking about on the other side of them, and
we didn't know it was her at the time.
No.
So you're talking about like the etiquette? Like
the etiquette.
How close you get to people and like moving in between. But
because sometimes it's like, you don't want to be right on top of them and like cast over them and stuff like that, because
especially when there's a whole wide open beach. But again, like I fished that beach a bit, so like I know at this point I know where he was in the spot.
Oh, okay.
Granted, he hit it at the right time, but he was like there.
He was there. That's the prime spot.
Yeah, and there's like probably 4 of those spots going down that beach. But I'm like, I think the closest we got to him when we were actually fishing, like we probably didn't get closer than 40 yards, because I'm like, I'm not going to encroach on somebody.
Because like when we stopped and you were like, all right, let's get around him. Like we walked for a minute. It felt like, even though my feet were numb, but like it did seem like we were far. So I was like, okay, that's good that we're like not crowding over him, because I don't think he looked over at us one time.
He did.
Did he? Oh,
And here's where like the like I can't think what's the word? Not skeptical, but like here's what it was. When he was fighting that first striper, yeah, he was looking at me to see if I was looking at him to know that he caught a striper. 100%.
Okay.
That's something that like that's something that fishermen will do. They're like, especially if they know they've got a spot on lock, they're like, oh man, I don't want him creeping up here. So I'm gonna try to make it. And that could have been. I think I don't know if it was the part that wasn't recording, but like at one point I was very conscious of the way he was fighting the fish.
Yeah.
And a lot of the times he was keeping his rod down, almost like he wasn't fighting fish.
Okay.
Like, he doesn't want me to know he's fighting. You know, it's. But anyways, I don't.
Trying to hold his spot.
I don't hold it against anybody for doing something like that. And again, we talked to him, very friendly guy and whatnot.
But also, I feel like being a good sportsman in whatever outdoor sport or even athletic sport you're doing, it's like you got to have that respect for it. And it's like.
Because some people they'll see that, and then they're going to go plant their butt right shoulder to shoulder with them. And they're like, you cast, and then I'll cast. And I'm like, no.
And especially like where we were at is wide open. Yeah. It's like, there's no reason for you to jump right on that. Like, stick to your boundaries. Stick to being away from each other and have that space. And let each person have their zone.
I know that I'm going to have more opportunities to go out there and do it, so I'm not going to.
No. And then... and even when we were making our way down, getting to the next group, it was like, okay. And it was funny because we still had a long way from that group. And we started making our way down. And then once we got close, we were like, all right, let's jump around them. But that's when I seen that last person down there, which ended up being the lady he was talking about. I was like, hey, if we're already going to bump around them, we're really not going to have a whole lot of room to fish in between them two.
Yep.
And so just like, it's super nice to see like that there's still good humans out there that's like
just curious.
Just curious, like being respectful to everybody's windows of opportunities. It's like, all right, this is like, even though yes, we were moving up the beach, maybe he physically couldn't walk that much, and he wanted to just stay in that one spot. And it's like, okay, let him stay there. Like, there's no reason to overcrowd him or jump in his spot and ruin his day, unless he offered like, hey, throw a cast.
Right.
Like, obviously at that point,
can't say part of me wasn't wishing that. Because, like,
obviously, like. But I still feel like in that instance, it would be hard to say, okay, thank you, because it's like, nah, man, that's you
found it.
You found it.
We were here earlier. It didn't stop. You found it's yours.
Yeah.
Which I'm very much like that. Yeah. Maybe to a fault, but like I said again, I'm probably gonna be down there tomorrow, so I've got more opportunity.
Oh yeah, you'll be all right. You'll be fine.
But yeah, so I think I already said it. I hope it wasn't the part that got cut out. I don't even know what we missed at this point, but. Something that if it was meant to be recorded, it would have been recorded. Yeah, there's something I'm looking to do going forward with the podcast is just talking about the opportunities that you can take wherever you're at to get out in the outdoors. And if you're on the coast somewhere, East Coast, West Coast, Gulf, doesn't matter. Surf fishing's one of them, and Bradley found out about that today. And I think we're already over a half hour in, and we're just gonna get to the topic that I totally meant this whole podcast to be about. But I want to
we can make it longer than normal.
It's all about the hunt. All about the hunt number 2. And I want to talk about
the hunt.
The wrapping up of my final, at least for the foreseeable future, my final California deer season. So
while living in California.
Yeah, sure. I definitely won't put it past me to come back and try again, but it depends on other opportunities.
I'm sure.
Might come up. So
yeah.
I'm going to pause it real quick and refill, and then I'll tell you about everything. Thanks for tuning in to the Mountains Are Everywhere podcast. If you want to stay up to date, be sure to subscribe or follow wherever you listen to your podcasts. I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I can't wait to bring you another one. Until then, you keep climbing, and I promise I'll be climbing too.